Coming up tonight on YCN News, two regional groups from the League of Women Voters host a debate among local state candidates. New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan announces the launch of the New Hampshire Prescription Drug Monitoring Program. And YCN takes a trip on a local bus service in Sullivan County. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Thursday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. As the November 4th general election approaches, issues affecting all of New Hampshire are taking center stage, as a debate among candidates in Warner yesterday night proved. Two regional groups from the League of Women Voters joined forces to host a debate among candidates for State Senate District 15, Merrimack County House District 7 and 25, and Executive Council District 2. Nearly 40 people attended, hearing from the candidates the skills they bring to elected office. From passenger rail to and from Manchester, legalizing medical marijuana, voter rights, and more, issues discussed at Warner Town Hall ranged across all political spectrums. 2nd District Executive Council and Democrat incumbent Colin Van Ostern says bringing passenger rail to central New Hampshire for more commuting options would benefit the state's economy as well. Employees could more easily get to more job opportunities in the state's southern and urban tier. How the state will pay for expenses beyond property taxes remains a key concern for those on stage and those in the audience. This includes paying for public education at all levels. Democrat Dan Feltes, running for State Senate District 15, says the state needs to have an adult conversation about how to fund the critical issues in our state. Feltes' challenger, Republican Lydia Dubé-Harmon, says taxes businesses pay also must be part of the talk. She agrees with other panelists that the state has a regressive property tax. More businesses need to be encouraged to set up shop in New Hampshire to bring in more money. We can fund public education, says Harmon. We just need to think about it differently. New Hampshire has a revenue problem, not a spending problem, Feltes says. David Carrick, an incumbent Democrat seeking re-election to House District 25, agrees with Feltes. James Danforth is Carrick's Republican opponent. Danforth says more sharing among towns and state agencies would meet needs and keep municipal expenses in line with taxpayers' ability to pay bills. Democrat incumbent Clyde Carson seeks again the District 7 House seat in Merrimack County. Carson says the discussion would have come up if House Bill 1195 had passed in the Senate. HB 1195 aimed to establish a committee to study the impacts of property tax on New Hampshire's residents. The state still needs to have that talk, says Carson. Carson's Republican challenger Patrick Page says he does not favor any new taxes to fund the state's needs. An audience question by Henniker resident Rachel Farrell raised the issue of ecotourism, an offshoot of an earth-friendly economy to bring more people and vacation money into the state. Voters across the country will go to the polls in about 3 weeks to determine issues critical to their communities. Residents of Lebanon are reminded of a meeting tomorrow at City Hall to discuss repairs to a pedestrian tunnel that connects to parking and businesses at an Upper Valley shopping center. The meeting is set for 2 p.m. in City Council chambers. City leaders seek the public's thoughts on repairs to the tunnel that serves as a shortcut for walkers to stores. Above this tunnel, traffic runs in both directions, which also must be factored into how the repairs will be done. City Manager Greg Lewis says if you cannot attend the meeting but would like to provide comment, please contact his office at 603-448-4220 or send an email, manager@lebcity.com. On the YCN News Now Facebook page, you will find a link to a map detailing the repair plans. In other Upper Valley news, budget season approaches. This includes the proposed 2015 city budget for Lebanon. Residents can review the budget beginning Monday, November 3rd. The City Council will hold its first meeting on the proposed spending plan at a November work session. The meeting begins at 5:30 p.m. Wednesday, November 5th at City Hall. Turning to medical news, New Hampshire Governor Maggie Hassan today announced the launch of the New Hampshire Prescription Drug Monitoring Program. The program aims to curb drug addiction and opiate use, which often starts with a person becoming hooked on prescription painkillers. Prescription drug abuse affects communities at large, straining public safety and healthcare resources, says Hassan in a statement. The Prescription Drug Monitoring Program is one way to help monitor controlled substance use and abuse prescriptions, including doctor shopping. Healthcare providers and pharmacists can begin today to use the program to monitor patients' prescription use. When YCN News returns, Vital Communities gets ready to celebrate Sustainable Transportation Week, and YCN takes a trip on a local bus service in Sullivan County.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. How many hours, dollars, and miles do workers spend commuting? For many, the cost of fuel and the miles accumulated on the road might be the biggest reason for looking to alternative transportation. For others with an environmental objective, carpooling or taking a bike is just another method to reduce vehicle emissions. Next week is the perfect opportunity to try something new and take the local bus, go for a bike ride, or carpool, as Vital Communities, an organization located in White River Junction, Vermont, will be celebrating Sustainable Transportation Week. Let's learn more about it from the Transportation Program Manager, Aaron Brown. What events do you have coming up for Sustainable Transportation Week?
Vital Communities has a lot of events coming up next week, 4 to be precise. On Monday, we are hosting a Rally Point ride share at the Heartland Windsor Park and Ride. That lot was recently expanded. There's a new bus shelter, there's some new lighting, and 2 electric vehicle charging stations. So to celebrate that project, we're encouraging people to come out, meet their neighbors, and form new carpools. We have suggested times of 7:30, 8, and 8:30 in the morning for people to come by.
What is the goal of the Way to Go Challenge?
So the Way to Go Challenge, one of the other 4 events that we have, is all week long. People can participate by going to our website and signing up and pledging to carpool, ride the bus, bike, walk, or work from home. 1 time during the week, 5 times during the week, doesn't matter. The goal, we're trying to get the community to save $15,000 collectively on fuel that 1 week. So we need about 500 people to participate. Sign-ins are going well, so we'll see. We also have 2 other events that I should mention. On Tuesday, this is kind of exciting. This is based on something that's been done in Tallahassee, Florida, and Boulder, Colorado. We're going to pick a particularly busy area of the Upper Valley, the Norwich to Hanover corridor, and see whether it's quickest to bike, bus, or drive a car from one point to the other. So starting in Norwich at about 8:05 in the morning, we're going to have a little race. All racers have to follow traffic laws of both states, and the finish line will be at the Hopkins Center at Dartmouth College. So we'll see what the quickest way is to get from Norwich to Hanover during rush hour. And finally, this might be of particular interest to people in the Claremont area who support the bus service that was designed to link the city with Lebanon. We have a candidates forum at 7 p.m. at the Kilton Library in Lebanon, New Hampshire, and that will feature candidates for state office in both Vermont and New Hampshire, and we are going to discuss land use and transportation.
If you're interested in joining the Way to Go Challenge or attending one of the events hosted by Vital Communities, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/YCN News Now for a link to the website. On a related note, if you're interested in or in need of alternative transportation in the Sullivan County area, you might want to check out a local bus to get you around town. The Community Alliance Transportation Service has routes within Claremont, Newport, and Charlestown, New Hampshire from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. YCN decided to take a ride around the Claremont route to hear what riders are enjoying about the local transportation.
The people and the driver, everybody's so nice, and then they see you again. Oh, hi, how are you? You know, it's fun because I take the bus, I go to Walmart, get to go around in my wheelchair for a while, and it doesn't make it such a long day.
Well, my favorite bus drivers are Doug and Bill, and I like that fact that I can get anywhere in town, just about any time of the year, and when I otherwise couldn't do it on my own. You get to know people very quickly and where they go, and some are very nice to know, and others keep to themselves. Just glad I discovered it and don't have to walk in 2 feet of snow in the winter anymore. Tell you that much. It's really great on a hot summer day and really great when it's really cold in the winter.
What do you like about running the bus?
Going around in circles. I'm a big wheel when I do that.
Whether you're a car owner looking to cut down on fuel expenses and mileage, or whether you have no vehicle and need a way to get around town, the Community Alliance bus service is a great option for traveling in a friendly, social environment. A one-way ticket from Newport to Claremont is $2.50. A one-way ticket within town is $1.50. A monthly pass with unlimited rides between Newport, Claremont, and Charlestown costs $35. And a monthly pass for unlimited rides within those towns is $25. For more information about the service and the specific routes provided, go to their website at communityalliance.net and click on the Transportation tab. Here's a sign that cold weather is on the way. U.S. Senators Democrat Jeanne Shaheen and Republican Kelly Ayotte today announced the release of more than $23 million for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, in New Hampshire from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. This initial LIHEAP release will help New Hampshire's low-income families and seniors with their home heating bills this coming winter. Ayotte and Shaheen say the program will help Granite Staters who need assistance from being forced to choose between paying to heat their homes or for necessities like food and medicine. When YCN News returns, we'll join Upper Valley Chronicles' Elizabeth D'Orazio, who met with Susan Jones from the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen to talk about their craft studies program.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next few days and then move on to sports.
Thanks, Rose. Tonight we'll have a 90% chance of precipitation with areas of fog. Winds will be around 5 miles per hour with lows in the 50s. Tomorrow we'll have cloudy skies, eventually clearing to be mostly sunny. Highs will be around 66 degrees with winds up to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night will be partly cloudy with lows in the 50s. Saturday we'll have a 30% chance of rain after 10 a.m. Skies will be cloudy and highs will be in the 60s. Saturday night we'll have a 30% chance of rain with mostly cloudy skies and lows in the 40s. And now let's take a look at the fall foliage report. We will continue to bring you updates in the foliage in New Hampshire and Vermont counties. Now let's see what's coming up on our community calendar. Tomorrow in Norwich, Vermont, the nearly new consignment collection will be in Tracy Hall from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 10 a.m., the Quechee Public Library will hold its fall foliage book sale until 6 p.m. In New Hampshire, the Sunapee Methodist Church will hold a coffee house featuring Woodchuck's Revenge at 7 p.m. In Hanover, the Shattuck Observatory will hold an astronomical observing at 8 p.m. Remember, you can submit local events from your community by sending them to news@ycnnow.com. And now let's take a look at local high school sports. There were 2 Hanover victories yesterday. In girls soccer, Hanover faced Trinity High School. Hanover shut them out with a 2-0 score. Hanover also played a field hockey match against Conval. The final score was another 2-0 victory. Congratulations to the Hanover Marauders for a great day in their season. We also don't want to forget an exciting game out of Vermont last night. The Windsor Yellow Jackets fought against Mount Anthony School in field hockey. It was senior day for Windsor, and what a cause for celebration as Windsor defeated their opponent 2-1 during overtime.
Thanks, Matt. When YCN News continues, we'll join Capital Connections' John O'Connor.
The YCN News continues in a moment.